All right, I'm gonna open the, August Maumelle Civil Service Commission meeting minutes. I don't believe we're gonna have any public comment, I don't think. First order of business, old business, approval of commission meeting minutes for May 8th. Well, that's what it says. That ain't right.
No, this is last month's minutes.
We got the wrong minutes?
This is the new agenda.
August 14th.
That's what I'm looking at. It says May 8th.
Oh.
We didn't skip
Yeah, it
2
does.
months, did we?
Under old business,
Oh, yeah.
under the other one, it says approval of August 14,
I
2023.
think that needs to be correct.
Yeah, I think that's a correction to the minutes.
Not to,
But
Or, excuse me, to
August
the-
14th is,
August 14th.
Agenda.
yeah,
yeah, look at the agenda.
August 14.
That's the, August, because we didn't meet
Yeah,
in
yep,
June,
yep.
July.
It doesn't take much to throw me off. Okay, everybody should have received a copy of those minutes. I will entertain a motion to approve them.
Move approval with a change.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Any opposed, no.
What's the change?
Changing the date to August.
No, it's correct on the agenda, I think.
Yeah.
Harvey, I think you were looking,
I was looking at the minutes.
Oh, I was too.
Billy, you're looking at
But in the minutes,
It needs to be changed in the minutes as well. Okay.
See?
The August minutes?
Yeah, August
14th.
minutes.
No. The minutes we're looking at are from August.
Yes, but it says we approved the minutes of the May 8th meeting, and that can't be correct.
It's either June or
So
July.
it's June or July.
Mr.
We
Secretary.
didn't meet at least one of those months.
The last sentence says no meetings were held in June or July.
That's what I started saying, that could be right.
Never mind then.
If that's correct, then May is correct.
Yes.
Okay. Well, y'all had me confused.
No. I always like to start with a little confusion. All right, we have approved the minutes. Nothing needs to be changed. It's was in there correct to start with. All right. Under new business, fire department is requesting a temporary promotion of a firefighter to lieutenant.
We have a lieutenant that underwent some surgery, and it looks like he will be off an extended period of time, at least 60 days, depending on rehab and things like that. It could actually be pushed even further. An evaluation may potentially have to be made for disability, potentially. So we're asking that the next person up on the promotional list be considered for temporary promotion. And that's firefighter Connor McCaslin is the next person up for promotion. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Make a motion that we approve the temporary promotion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
Chief Buford, several months ago, let us know that some potential changes were coming in state law, rules and regulations pertaining to our business. And I wanted legal to take a look at that and then advise us on any changes we may or may not need to make. We'll take no vote on anything tonight because we haven't advertised anything and we don't even know what we're looking at.
So I've written up a, Chiefs, I got one for you as well. Just a short memo that, I know you all had advised me of a couple, but I found a few more that might be relevant, and I just wanted to bring to everybody's attention. These are the ones, sorry. These are the laws from the regular session that I found that would require closer attention. Oops, sorry. And the one that I know It's the first one listed as Act 440.
Says it increases the maximum age limit for appointment to a position. What's that age limit?
Now it is, let me see.
Do you know, Chief?
It should be 35.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking
What
at.
was it?
32, I think.
Okay. Cool. Are we just reading it and asking questions as we go?
Sure,
We do- all right.
yeah.
The residency requirements, do you know, if you go over that, what that would look like as far as preferential treatment? Would you waive the rule of three, or would you add some kind of points to somebody that lives in the city? Do you know what that would look like yet?
I have to be honest, I didn't even see this one when it went through.
Okay.
This is the first time I've looked at it.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, like Chairman Harrington said, we don't have to have anything tonight. We just-
No. And I think it would have to, I'll look this up, but I thought it mentioned that we would need an ordinance from the city council before we give preferential treatment. After we get done today, I will email out these 10 acts to everybody, so you've all got them.
You'll send copies of the acts?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we under any strict timelines to get all this adopted?
No.
Okay.
The only one, and I conferred with Ms. Mattis about it previously, because I think an insurance company had reached out to us about offering traumatic event counseling, which is it's the first one on the second page. Requires the city to offer counseling.
Like EPA?
We currently engage with Southwest EAP, rebranded Sweep, and they are licensed to offer this counseling. And I believe I'd spoken to both chiefs, and I believe Chief Pickard said that they already had this covered. And Chief Buford said that we would probably engage the services of
We would
Sweep.
too, and we also have a program, we're gonna start training before the end of the year that does specific mental first aid that we're gonna bring into the fire department. It's a state-funded grant that we've signed up for. We just don't have it on the calendar yet for this.
So we have a couple of ways to comply.
One that did catch my eye, it's at the very bottom of the second page, excuse me. We are required to give leave for military service. I know obviously we have members, but if we don't have that in our rules and regulations yet, I think we should. But I know that we already offer that.
Health benefit coverage for retirees. That doesn't mean that it will be provided free, or as a benefit, that is, they can pay for it themselves?
Got it. Pick up both portions.
Got it.
Yep.
Cool.
And we do have one that's doing it.
Really?
Chief, Battalion Chief Drew Nichols, he decided to take the coverage. We did have a little snafu, but I think we got it fixed.
I think we've worked it out. A combination of, it wasn't in the policy that I inherited, and then secondly, we switched to a new software system for payroll and benefits, and they did not know how to handle it because this particular company that we're using isn't really geared toward municipalities. So yes, after a couple of drops and pickups and drops and pickups, I think we're picked up.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, sir.
I can tell you right now, and I understand who I am, which in the big picture is nobody. under that first miscellaneous duties prescribed by municipalities. I'm gonna be raising all kinds of objections if the city governing, powers try to promulgate policies applicable to municipal police and fire departments. That's opening a door, in my opinion, nobody wants to go there.
And Doreen, this Act 535 is retroactive for police officers who retired back through January 1st, 2017. So I think we should reach out. There's a 90-day period in which they have guaranteed issue. I think we should reach out to anybody who retired for that several-year period to let them know that they can purchase insurance for the next 90 days. They'd have to sign up in the next 90 days, though.
I'm not eligible.
You're on
Hey,
Medicare,
God.
you're on Medicare by now.
Yeah.
They don't give you much
Hey,
choice
God.
on that one.
You're good.
You sign up or else. I'm familiar with that or else. What did you imply that you were gonna send us?
These 10 acts, the actual text of the acts that they passed.
Okay.
Yeah. And I will look through the rules and regs that we have to see if any of these are affected, and if they are, we'll get them added to the next agenda and publicized.
Okay. This is a lot to swallow in one night.
Sure.
Like I say, we're not voting on anything tonight.
Well, it doesn't tell you a lot unless you read
Yeah.
the amendments to the statute
Yeah.
and what the act actually does.
And you may have to tell us what they actually mean. What possessed the legislature to go in and do all this? Any ideas?
Boy, that's a wonderful question.
Term limits and freshman senators and legislators, pass a bill.
Little Rock,
Gotta put your name on something.
Well, my question is,
somebody that's got.
if these are all new state laws that we don't have any choice but to comply with,
Except the ones saying authorizing us
To do
to
it.
allow somebody to do it.
how much debate is there even gonna be to be had?
Yeah, it depends on the individual law. I mean, some of them are mandatory, some of them are optional, like the residency requirement for firefighters, that's optional in cities.
Okay.
So we don't have to put a thumb on the scale for somebody who lives within the city limits, but we can't, the law now authorizes us to do that if we wanted to.
If we want to.
Yes.
Okay, so there may be more than one way to
Yep.
comply with each of these. Okay, then that's the real discussion.
Others, like the health benefits for police officers who are retiring, there's a mandatory. And of course, there is a similar law that covers police officers and firefighters that requires us to offer the insurance at the retiree's option.
When you send us this additional information, will you please let us know which ones are optional, which ones are mandatory, and
Sure.
which ones may have more than one way we could approach it? This is gonna take a little doing to get all this done. It's a lot. I was thinking it was just a couple of things, but it's a lot more than a couple.
And some of these don't require any action at all by the Civil
Right.
Service Commission, but I just wanted to let you know, and especially to let the chiefs know.
And indicate that as well in what you
Sure,
send us.
and what's your just FYI, okay?
If you would, just so we'll know what we can do, what we can't do, and what we may have more than one way to do. It's a lot of stuff. It's gonna take a little study on our part, that's for sure. Yours as well.
Well, most of the second page doesn't even pertain to the civil service. Most of the second page looks like it pertains more to finance and HR and not the Civil Service Commission, because it's talking about retirement systems. and
Right, which we don't
codify
get into that at all, right. Yeah, this may not be quite as bad on our end as I'm making it out to be. It's just when I first look at it, I'm like, holy moly, I thought this was a couple of things, and it's more than a couple. All right, any more discussion on this? We're gonna need a little time.
Okay.
And that's one reason I asked, was there some sort of hard deadline on getting all this done?
No,
Apparently
not
there's
in any of these, no.
Okay, all right. All right, then, we're not gonna be here long on the orals tonight, but I will entertain a motion to move into executive session to conduct the two.
I move we go to executive session.
Do I hear a second? I have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say yes. Yes, any opposed, no. We are in special session, or executive session. All right, the Maumelle Civil Service Commission is back in public session. With no further business, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say yes. Yes. Any opposed, no. We are adjourned.